Following the closing bell on Wall Street, the Dow Jones fell more than 2%, while both the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq dropped around 2.5%. It marks the end of the worst 3 months on Wall Street in 3 years. Al Jazeera's John Terrett reports.
The economic week opened in Washington, D.C. with a meeting of the world's biggest lender of last resort, the International Monetary Fund. The IMF called on European leaders to put their money where their mouth is and beef up rescue efforts and to guarantee further relief for troubled Greece.
It's clearly important that commitments that have been made be delivered upon.
The spotlight fell on the U.S. economy again on Tuesday when it was reported that U.S. consumer confidence for September barely budged. Consumers make up 70% of the U.S. economy, so when they're not happy, that's a problem, and they're not happy. The Conference Board's figure was 45.4, up from 45.2, when anything over 90 is considered good, so it's roughly half where economists would like it to be. On Thursday, GDP, or economic growth, became the latest letdown. The U.S. economy only grew 1.3% at an annualized rate between April and June. To be fair, it was better than expected, but economists say it's still dangerously weak for an economy of this size. And Friday marked the last day of the week, the month, the business quarter, and the end of the U.S. fiscal year, the time when the bean counters, well, start counting. It was a miserable end to all 4 calendar dates as fresh data showed consumer spending cooled and wages fell. All major indices in the past 3 months fell sharply. The Dow and the Nasdaq down by 12%, the S&P 500 by 14%. It was the S&P downgrade of U.S. credit in August where the rot set in. Since then, the money's been going into bonds or simply under a mattress.
And there's no reason to believe anyone's being allowed off this roller coaster ride next week either. The key economic data comes right at the end of the week on Friday. It's September's employment report. And even if it shows the number of job losses going down, it's unlikely to be enough to help the nearly 14 million Americans who are presently without work. John Terrett, Al Jazeera, Washington.